Hi, I'm George Steimer, TSG's HPI Product Manager. In this demo, I'm going to overview how to install HPI from our open source download. So the first step is to actually download HPI, and here I am on the TSG open source downloads page. So if we scroll down here, there's a section for HPI, and since we're installing to Alfresco, I would download this link here, the latest HPI release for Alfresco, which will download the file. So I've already downloaded this file. If I go to my window here, you'll see that I've downloaded the zip file and I've extracted it, and I have a few wars, the OpenContent and a README file, and a setup folder. If you've downloaded this already, feel free to follow along, but I am going to be following the instructions that you can find linked to here in the README guide. So the first step is to actually install OpenContent to Alfresco. So here I have a brand new Alfresco 4.2 repository. If I log in, I'm just taken to share. So the first step is to actually do that install. So I'm going to go ahead and install the AMP to Alfresco. So my first step is to shut down Alfresco. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and just shut down my Alfresco server. While that is stopping, I am going to go over to here and take this AMP. I'm going to copy it and place it into my AMPs folder. So now Alfresco is stopped, and the first step, basically what this is going to do, the AMP install, is it's going to install the OpenContent as a subsystem to the Alfresco web app here. So the first step, since we're going to recreate this, is to delete this or archive it. Personally, I like to archive it just in case we need to come back to it at a later time. And the way that I typically do that is I'll just create here a tilde web apps folder, and then what I'm going to do is just take this, and instead of deleting it, I'm going to cut it and paste it into here just in case we need to come back to it at a later time. You can of course delete it if you want to go ahead and do that if you have an archive somewhere else. So now we're going to go into the AMPs folder again. Oh, sorry, actually, now we're going to go to the Alfresco home directory and open up a command prompt. And we're going to type in the command that's going to run or install the AMP. So this command is on the in the installation instructions. We'll go ahead and let that run to install the AMP, and it's finished. So now if we look inside the Tomcat web apps folder, we'll see we have a new Alfresco war that was just created, and the original one is automatically backed up for you, again in case you wanted to come back to it at a later time. So now I'm going to go ahead and start up Alfresco again. And of course, even though this says the service is running, Tomcat takes a while to start up. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video to save time. Okay, so we're back and Tomcat is up, Alfresco is running. And if we jump over to share again, we can try to log in and verify that we're logging in fine. So looks like the AMP install worked fine. So the next step is to expose OpenContent's REST endpoint to or from Alfresco. So again, we need to shut down Alfresco. and I'll go ahead and stop it. Now these instructions are kind of the more verbose way to do it. If you know what you're doing, you can actually edit this WAR file and avoid having to shut down and start up Alfresco twice. But I'm just following exactly how we have it in the instructions. So Alfresco is shutting down, and once that comes down, basically all we need to do here is go into the Alfresco web app and head to the web.inf folder. And what we want to do is edit this Web XML file. So I'm just going to open this. And what we want to do is add in a new servlet. So we're just going to head to the bottom of all of the servlets here, all the servlets. And right here, there's some code you can copy and paste from the installation guide to do our to expose open content via REST in Alfresco. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste that in. And we can go ahead and save the file. So now, according to the installation documentation, it's going to tell you to go into this classes folder and update any of these configuration files that you need based on your environment. And there's instructions in there on how to do that. I already have this set up for my environment, so I don't need to change anything. And if you're following the instructions exactly, the Open Content installation is essentially done here. We can start the server and be finished with our Open Content installation. However, if we did that, I'd have to immediately stop the server in order to deploy HPI and OpenAnnotate. But since I'm doing this all at once, what I'm going to do is head back over to my installation here, and I'm going to get a jump start on this, and I'm going to deploy OpenAnnotate and HPI at the same time. So again, there's some configuration files that you may need to change in there. This is already set up for my environment, so I don't need to do that. So the installation guide goes over a number of options. We typically recommend that HPI and OpenAnnotate are installed to a different Tomcat than the Alfresco Tomcat. But for simplicity's sake for this and for test environments or demo environments, or if you're just evaluating HPI, it's perfectly fine to just copy these WAR files, and we're just going to go and drop them alongside Alfresco and Share here and paste them in. Again, we do not recommend this for a production environment. So I have my WAR files in there, and now I'm going to go ahead and start up Open Content again. Or sorry, I'm going to start up Alfresco. And like last time, even though this says it's running, Tomcat takes a while to start up. So I'll pause the demo here for time's sake. Okay, we're back. Alfresco is up and running. If I head over to Share and try to log in as the admin user, I'm back into Alfresco here. So the first thing we want to do is create an HPI administrators group. Now technically this group can be whatever you like, but there are some configuration changes that you need to make with the security. But if just for this demo and for evaluation purposes, we recommend you just create a user or a group called HPI administrators. The display name can be whatever you like. I'll just go ahead and create that group. And now I want to add a user to it. I'll add my user, and I'll go ahead and add admin as well. You don't really have to, but it's up to you who you want to add to this group. So now we have this, and the last step here is we need to get the base configuration into Alfresco. So you can do this in a number of ways. You can set this up yourself. There's instructions on the wiki of how to do that. However, we provide this HPI ACP as sort of a getting started, quick start configuration set. So I'm going to go ahead and use that since that's what we recommend for our open source download. So what we need to do to install this ACP is, instead of going to /share, we go to /alfresco in our browser, which takes us to this interface, and we're going to log in as admin. So to install the ACP, we just head to Company Home, and under here, under More Actions, there's a option for import, and go ahead and click that. And then we're just going to navigate and choose the ACP that we downloaded. So in the setup folder, just choose this ACP. It's up to you if you want to run it in the background or not. It's pretty quick. We'll just go ahead and click OK. So what that's going to do is, if we refresh this for a second, this creates a HPI folder inside the company home and imports our base configuration set into the HPI folder. Again, you can create this manually if you want to start from scratch, but we recommend starting from our quick start here. So now that we've done that, we're ready to log into HPI. So we can log out of here, and since we installed HPI to the same server, we can just change the context to /HPI. And now I can log in as my HPI administrator user. So we've configured a blank dashboard here, but I can go over to the admin to make changes if I like, or I can head over to the search. We've configured just a basic document and folder search here, but you can certainly go into the admin and change it however you like. Well, that's it for this demo. Thanks for watching. For more information, check out our website at tsgrp.com.